You know that feeling, right? The bowling alley view. You dial into a hybrid meeting and you're just staring down this long, empty
Oh,
table.
yeah. And the people at the far end are just, what, 3 pixels tall? You can't read a single expression.
Exactly. It's like you're there, but you're not really there. So today we're doing a deep dive on a piece of hardware that's supposed to completely fix that. We're looking at the Kramer KAC-CAM-70.
And right off the bat, this is not your average webcam. Not at all.
Yeah.
This is more like heavy artillery for Microsoft Teams rooms. It's built for those medium, even large spaces where a normal camera just completely falls apart.
So our mission today is to figure out if this thing actually solves that visibility problem or if it just, adds a layer of tech complexity. The big headline feature is the dual lens system.
Right. It's all about tackling that classic trade-off.
Mhm.
Do you want context or do you want clarity?
You can't usually have both.
You can't. You either see the whole room and everyone's tiny, or you zoom in on one person and lose everyone else. The KAC-CAM-70 says, why not do both? It uses 2 separate 4K sensors at the same time.
Okay, so you've got the first lens, the panoramic one. That's for the room view.
Yep, a static 119-degree wide angle. It just sits there and captures the whole scene.
Which is important, right? For reading the room, seeing who's sitting where.
For sure, the general vibe.
But the second lens, that's the one that really got my attention. The PTZ, the pan, tilt, zoom. I mean, I saw the spec sheet and it says 12x optical zoom. That's pretty rare for this kind of camera, isn't it?
That is the big differentiator.
Right.
Most smart cameras use digital zoom, which is basically just cropping the picture. It kills your resolution.
It gets all grainy and gross.
Exactly. With optical zoom, the actual glass elements inside are moving to magnify the image. So the person at the far end of a 20-foot table is still perfectly crisp.
So it's like you're bringing the back of the room right to the front.
That's the idea. And they pair that with a really solid sensor, 11.8-inch CMOS.
And for anyone who doesn't obsess over camera specs, that's physically a lot bigger than what you'd find in most competitors.
It is, and size matters there because of light. Conference rooms have notoriously bad lighting. A bigger sensor just drinks in more light, so you get less grain, better color.
Okay, so the optics are heavy duty. But the real secret sauce seems to be how the camera directs those optics, the AI director stuff.
Yeah, specifically a feature called Smart Gallery. This really gets at that idea of meeting equity.
How does that work?
The AI takes that big, wide panoramic shot, it identifies up to 8 different people, and then it cuts them out into their own individual close-up frames.
Whoa. So instead of one long shot of the table, the remote person sees what, like a grid of 8 clear faces?
Just like the gallery view you're used to in Teams or Zoom, but for people who are physically in the same room, it totally levels the playing field visually.
It's not just looking, it's listening too, right? There's a microphone array.
A 3-mic array, yeah. It has a 180-degree pickup. It basically triangulates where the sound is coming from. Someone starts talking, and the PTZ lens physically turns and zooms right in on them.
It's an automated camera operator.
Pretty much.
But okay, let's talk about the ecosystem, because you can't just plug this into your laptop, can you?
No, this is a whole system. It's designed to pair with the Kramer KAC-CAM-70, which is the brains of the Microsoft Teams room. You need that specific hardware to process 2 4K video streams and do all that AI slicing.
And I also saw a note in the documentation, something IT admins might want to flag. It said something about web access being disabled.
That's a big one. The notes say that direct web access to the camera's controls will be disabled in a release that's coming by December 2024.
So you can't just type its IP address into a browser and tweak the focus or the color balance yourself.
Correct.
Hi.
It forces you to control everything through the MTR system interface. It's probably a security decision closing off potential vulnerabilities.
Right.
But yeah, if you're used to that direct control, that's going away.
It really locks you into that appliance model. And at a price of what, around $1,750? You're definitely paying for that whole integrated package.
You're paying for the optical glass and the automation. You're buying the ability to just press start meeting and never touch a remote control again.
It's all impressive tech. It is. But it leaves me with this one kind of lingering thought about where these rooms are headed.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
Well, if the AI is programmed to find and zoom in on the person who's speaking or even the person who's moving around the most, does the camera eventually start, I don't know, directing the flow of the meeting itself?
Directing it how?
I mean, think about the quiet person in the corner, the one who's listening intently but isn't talking a lot. If they're not loud enough to trigger the audio sensor, does the AI just edit them out of the meeting's visual story?
Wow. That is a fascinating point.
Yeah.
We're optimizing for visibility, but we might be accidentally, prioritizing the loudest person in the room.
It's just something to think about the next time you see that camera lens swivel your way. Thanks for listening to this deep dive.